Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is King of Pentacles. I'm also seeing Judgment card too. There can be something here that you're breaking down about a role that you're playing, a role that you might play. Seeing something feeling like it's stressing you out a bit right now. You could feel like you need some time to connect with yourself. This looks like business related things. King of Pentacles and also the Emperor. There can be stuff right now that you're focusing on that's like responsibility related, having to do with like what you need to show up for. It can be your commitments, all the things that you're responsible for. Finances can be a part of this, like the things that you take care of, the things that you tend to. What you're signing on for as well. Starting off with the King of Pentacles shows, I see the Court cards as sort of like a strategy for the energy that's going to be most helpful for us to be channeling. So King of Pentacles is a methodical energy. It's you taking care of the things that you're responsible for. It's of you placing the appropriate amount of importance on the things that you find valuable. It's also about you taking like an incremental approach to things, because the way that King of Pentacles works is that although they may be a bit more slow moving with what they're doing, they're going to get lasting results because they are really methodical with how they're putting things together, and they really will stick with things as well. Having the Emperor here feels like another addition or like a layer on top of how we're moving through something right now. So you can be thinking about what you have going on right now, how that's impacting your life, how that's going to impact you later down the line as well. So this can be, I'm hearing job study. This can be a career thing. It can be, I'm hearing a developmental thing. It can have to do with your finances. It can have to do with like any of your responsibilities, roles that you play. Anything important that you have going on in your life right now that you care about, that is sort of like a more longer drawn out process. Schooling can be a part of this as well, like anything connected with that sort of thing, like 3D type stuff that you're involved in, and also your plans as well. And to have the High Priestess here too, there's not only an earth way that you're approaching this, there's also a sense of like wisdom and you sort of moving through it intuitively. Having the Emperor and having King of Pentacles, these energies are known for being connected sort of like with their beliefs and like the sense of conventionality that they do things with, but also having the infusion of the High Priestess here. It shows doing things on an intuitive level as well and mixing that in, and that being an important aspect of this, an important layer. And you may be trying to figure out how to do that at this point. Like, how do I do these 3D things, and how do I also like embrace my higher self and my connection with my higher self and infuse them when it comes to the things that I'm doing and how I'm living my life. I'm seeing you figuring it out here. This really seems like the right methodology to be using. I'm seeing you look a little bit anxious or unsure about something, but I'm actually seeing that it's very much going to work for you. You can also be doing something career related that's intuitive to have the High Priestess here. Like you may be doing something like mystical or psychic or something like that. Or with anything esoteric or like spiritual in any way. Yeah. It's gonna work out is what I'm seeing. It's because of the approach that you're using. Like you have a good approach here. It looks like there was some type of rejection that you had been dealing with and feeling sad about that. Like it could have been something that like didn't go well or something that didn't go how you thought that it would. You could have been feeling sad about something. Now you're going into some type of unknown situation, I'm seeing. Embracing the unknown. Stuff can be on your mind. Okay, so like this. There's something that you're doing right now, and I'm seeing you very much be on track. I'm also seeing too that like something could have happened before that didn't work out, or this can just be you like reflecting on times where you felt like rejected or when things didn't work out or you felt disappointed. And that may be something that's coming up for you because you're sort of going into an unknown situation and you're like, is it going to be like that? Like, are those things going to happen again? But I'm not seeing it be anything that you need to worry about because you're moving through it with like your intuition intact. And so you're not only showing up as the King of Pentacles, being like, I'm here and I have a job to do. You're also doing this in a way that's wise because you have the Emperor here, where you're being also realistic and responsible and level-headed, taking action when you need to, being reasonable. And you also have the High Priestess here too. So that means that you're using like the skills that you know with the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is like the stuff that you've learned in 3D that you know how to do. So yeah, it's like your skill sets and stuff, like how you put in work, all of that. And also to have the High Priestess here too. This is like that intuitive aspect of you that's like connected to the higher dimensions, you know, that also gets that wisdom and those messages as well. So you're not only using your practical skills, I'm seeing there be experience that you have that's helpful for you as well, like a lot of life experience. So you have these practical skills. I'm also seeing you be very much able to show up and accomplish what needs to be done. I'm seeing you have these life skills that have given you a lot of wisdom as well, even though there have been times when things have maybe like failed or didn't go how you thought that it would go, like that type of thing. But really, I'm seeing you have like a lot going for you and a lot that you show up with. And then also on top of it, to have the High Priestess here, you've been learning how to infuse the way that you're living your life, even in the most 3D of senses, while like connecting with your intuition and moving through that. So it's like you know how to use your intuition and apply it to pretty much anything that you're moving through. So you're not really limited. So yeah, I'm seeing there be feelings about like something that didn't work out how you wanted it to or how you thought you wanted it to. And now I'm seeing that like because of that, there's sort of an unknown situation that you're moving into. And I am seeing there be some anxiety about it. Seems like this is connected with past stuff. Wait, hold on. Some of you, there could have been something that you passed up on. And then could have been like, why did I do that? Either way though, I'm seeing you go into something that you're like trying to figure out here. And there's like some anxiety about doing that because you don't know. It's like you know that you're being pushed into a room, right? Or that you're walking into a room, but you don't really know what's going to be in that room. And I'm seeing there be some anxiety about it, but it's like linked to something that happened before. But maybe you're also okay, so I'm seeing like a circle, right? It's like over here there was like a denial of something. So it can be a rejection, but for some of you I'm seeing you turned something down. And then having 5 of Cups after it can be like, why did I do that? Or like, I shouldn't have done that. So it can be like regretting that thing that happened. Or it can be like, I made the move with them and they rejected me. And I'm like, why did it go that way? You know? So that sort of thing. So there's something I hear about a cycle of rejection. But then I'm seeing you like moving forward. So that thing happens here. And then I'm seeing you like moving forward into the moon. And this is like that unknown room that you're going into. So it's like that thing happened over there, which almost seems like how is that even relevant? Why is that coming up? And you're like, okay, there's something about a cycle of rejection. Then over here, you go into the moon, which is this unknown room that you're walking into. And I'm seeing some anxiety about it. And what is that anxiety linked to? If you go all the way back around over here, it's linked to this like rejection cycle. That's what I'm seeing it be connected to. So that's why I'm seeing you feel maybe timid about stepping into this room. When I say that, it's like you're stepping into the unknown in some way. Some of you could be worried about your like well-being and your stability. That can be something. Feel anxious and then you move on from it, right? Like you're in that spot, now you're not in that spot. So you're feeling like that, you're not feeling like that anymore, move on from that. It seems like because you looked at it and broke it down, so we knew where the anxiety was coming from. Some of you, though, this was like subconscious anxiety and you were like, I don't understand why this is happening. But it was, again, because of that rejection cycle, whatever that was. Problem solved. So now that we understand this, we can move forward with things. Where are we going now? Some of you, I'm seeing something about being out in the woods. I'm seeing sticks here. This is like a lot of moving on and a lot of moving forward energy. I think that there's too this recognition that yeah, it even feels like sadness about something not working out. I feel like though this can be the variable for each of you. There can be a couple different ways that this can be broken down. Anyway, moving forward. There could have been anxiety about like moving forward actually with things. But then I'm seeing sort of once you get over that little hump, it seems like it occurs to you that it's better that you move forward because what was happening over here when you like weren't really moving, it felt like it wasn't really aligned for you anyway. So even though there was anxiety about moving forward, maybe that like needed to be acknowledged first in order for you to fully like be on board with this. And I'm seeing there's a situation that you're moving on from, but now it feels like there's a recognition of like, oh, like that thing, like I wasn't supposed to be doing that. I wasn't meant to be doing that. So I feel okay now moving forward with things. Even though you're sort of going into an unknown situation now. But I'm also seeing the star on the bottom of the deck. So this is feeling like aligned. And maybe you're feeling too confirmation of that, of I don't necessarily know like where exactly I'm going and what exactly is happening, but having the star, it's like you're on track here. So you know that. Yeah, something happened that I'm seeing you were like disappointed or sad about, but I'm getting that you're moving forward from there. Like you're not staying in that space. You're reflecting about your feelings. I'm seeing there be a lot of that going around here. You're thinking about what you connect with, and it looks like there's going to be a plan that's made with that. It's like an emotional realization that's happening that's then going to impact like plans that you're making. Because it looks too like you feel motivated to be investing in something here, and it feels like you're trying to figure out like whether or not it's going to be what you want it to be. This can be like a hope that you're currently investing in, that you've been working on. I'm seeing too that you're also sort of like managing yourself emotionally as you move through this as well. Like maybe you feel like this is testing you a little bit. And so you're like learning more about like grounding or like calming and centering, you know, extricating yourself when necessary, that sort of thing. I want to clarify this Four of Cups. Yeah, I don't know what end of this you were on. Like some of you, there may have been like a job or something like that you were rejected from, or you would have felt like that, something like that, or you turned something away. Like I'm seeing something about something was offered to someone and there was a turning away from that, or like it didn't work out, or like it didn't go through, something like that. But I'm getting that like once you spend time reflecting on this, you recognize that the reason that it happened was because it was out of alignment. So like if that thing worked out, it would have felt incongruent. So that's why the thing didn't work out. It wasn't supposed to. But you may have needed to come to that realization in order to allow yourself to move forward. So I'm seeing that's actually what's being realized here. Because it's like when you think that something is supposed to work out and for some reason it didn't, you stay stuck there because you're like, why didn't it happen? It should have, like all of this. But I'm seeing there's a reframing and being like, oh, like it didn't work out because like it actually wasn't supposed to. Like I wouldn't have gotten what I needed there. Like it wouldn't have meshed. That's why. So it seems like this is sort of like freeing you and allowing you to move forward then. But before there had been something that you were still feeling stuck about that was connected with this. And you may have really been internalizing it as well. But I'm seeing your guides be like, you gotta keep moving through this. And I'm seeing you handle it in a very like practical and grounded way. I'm not seeing anything like reactive. It just seems like there's processing that's happening in the best way that you know how, moving forward, moving on from things. And in you doing this, you're sort of like following the call of your intuition. And I'm seeing by you following the call of your intuition, you're moving into a space where you're like, oh, like I wasn't meant to be there anymore. I was meant to be moving forward. And then I'm seeing things like really, really get jump started here. Because we have High Priestess, which is, it's like you have you have Six of Swords that's connecting with High Priestess. So it's like your High Priestess is like this way, this way, this way, and you're like following that. And I'm seeing things move faster than anticipated into Eight of Cups, which is you being like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here anymore. So it's like this thing clicking where you're like, okay, I have to go over there now. So I'm seeing you moving through this. And Chariot is like, something is ready to go. It's like as soon as you recognize, oh, I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Like I'm not supposed to be in this part of the cycle. I'm supposed to be up ahead there. The Chariot is like you hop in there and it takes you where you need to go. But I'm seeing it be like, you don't know where you're going yet. I'm seeing that be, there's something about a mystery. It's like you're in the Chariot, right? So you're moving through something, but to have the moon, it's like the destination on the GPS has not been revealed to you yet. And that's sort of like where I'm seeing this reading stop at this point. And then seeing Hermit and seeing Queen of Cups, it's like you're basically reflecting on like your feelings of this. So even though this may be something like literally that's playing out for you, or like physically that's playing out for you, I'm seeing that the undertone is like a largely emotional process. And I'm seeing so much water energy here too. Like we have the moon, we have Cancer, we have Pisces, we have Queen of Cups, we have like 4 and 5 of Cups over here too. So there's like a lot of stuff emotionally that's happening simultaneously to like everything else that's going on. That's sort of like interconnected with how you're showing up within your life. But it seems like all of this was to reflect and get to this point of realizing the reason that we're moving forward from things, even though we don't know where exactly we're going yet. Again, like we don't know what that final like destination is on the GPS yet. We're just like sitting in the car and being like, well, I know that that place wasn't it, and so I'm here knowing that this is just a place for me to be right now, even if it feels a little bit like a little bit mysterious. So it seems like this was about getting okay sort of with where you are with things, and knowing that even though you're in this car right now, metaphorically moving, that's exactly where you need to be. Like you're exactly where you need to be. You admitting to yourself that something wasn't the right fit, I'm seeing that be a big thing. When I say that, I mean, it could have at one point in time, but it wasn't feeling like that anymore for you. But there can be hesitance sometimes when we do that, because it's like, well, if it's not this, then what is it? And I'm seeing you not being given that other answer yet. And so you could have been questioning, but you don't need to. You're in the right spot here. Something is just unknown for right now. It's like not ready to come to light yet. It's like we're not in that episode yet. So that's what's happening. I'm seeing Aries, Moon, Cancer, Pisces. I'm hearing Scorpio. I'm also looking at Virgo. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.